When I first began rebounding, I was so focused on just hitting a specific time. For me, it was 5 minutes that I started to ignore what my body was telling me. And I was just pushing through. And friend, that was a mistake. And so I want to teach you what I have learned so you can do better right from the start. So if you've been wondering, how long should I bounce? Or you've been timing your sessions, forcing yourself to get to a certain number on the clock, this video is for you. Because the answer is not a number on the clock. It's something much more valuable that people often overlook. And it comes down to listen to your body. Here's what I learned the hard way. The most important thing is not how long you bounce. It's always about listening to your body. If you only remember that one thing from this video, let it be that. Your body knows better than any timer ever will. And instead of pushing through fatigue, ignoring discomfort, or chasing an arbitrary time goal, consider that you could be risking your very well being. You could be sabotaging your own success if you push it too hard, if you overdo it. Trust me, you can. My goal is to get you introduced to rebounding in a way that it becomes a part of your daily routine. Even just a few minutes each day can be so beneficial. It can help you to wake up your body, to loosen your joints, to relax your muscles and your mind. It can help you feel better, feel more energized, and so much more. And that's why I love bouncing even just a little bit every single day. For me, I'm doing typically about 10 minutes every morning, but sometimes I get back on later in the day, even if it's just a few minutes here or there, because it makes me feel good. And there's reasons, scientific reasons for that. So when you think about how long you need to bounce today, I recommend that you just do it by listening to your body. Take your body as the guide to know what feels good and within healthy reason for you. And whether you're brand new to rebounding, thinking about getting started, or getting back into it after a long break, your current fitness level and your comfort zone are what matter most when rebounding. So even if you're watching this video and I go on for 10 minutes, don't feel that you have to keep up with my pace or my length, any of that. When you feel that you've had enough, slow it down and even come to a stop if you need. Another note, how long you can bounce on your mini trampoline is also dependent on what type of moves you're doing. In all of my videos, I'm doing what I call gentle bouncing, in which I push into the rebounder mat for the resistance versus bouncing up and off of the rebounder. This is where my body and yours gets great benefits, builds up strength and muscle, and has amazing impacts that don't require us to have big, bouncy moves off of the rebounder. We don't have to be wild jumping like a kid on a big backyard trampoline. We get controlled moves and we do repetitive reps with gentle motions and even a limited range of motion for an easier starting point and a more comfortable zone to work in. So consider what moves you're doing. And if you do choose to jump more, if you do bigger moves, that might also wear out your body faster. That's totally normal because you're doing bigger, more cardio style moves. So in that case, once again, it's not about the time, it's about how your body is responding and feeling if you adjust your moves. And that's why I love the rebounder, because there's so many different ways to work out, so many different variables that you can use as you're bouncing. Another thing that might surprise you is that even just 2 to 3 minutes can be incredibly beneficial to your overall well being. In just 2 to 3 minutes, your lymphatic system starts moving, your cells begin oxygenating, and your body starts adapting to this new movement pattern. So if you're worried that you don't have 30 minutes to spare like you might need for another type of workout, don't worry anymore, because with bouncing, even just a few minutes can get you going. You may also find that you can handle 2 or 3 minutes early in the day and then fatigue. But later, if you come back hours later, you can do another few minutes. This is a totally optional way to practice, but it's up to you and how you're feeling. And unlike some activities that you need to really get to a certain zone before it starts to realize the benefits, you can have benefits, friend, in those 3 minute time blocks. Rebounding benefits happen fast. And I love that they can happen in even just a few minutes. The other thing I want to call to your attention is don't forget that every rebounder has a different tension. That's the strength of your mat, how tight it's pulled, the force of it, all these different things. This is what I'm labeling just tension. So your rebounder at home might feel completely different than the one at a friend's house or at the gym. And what you see me doing today on my rebounder may be different. It might impact your body differently because one, our bodies are different and they're shaped different. We might weigh different things. But secondly, because you might be using a different type of a rebounder that has a different tension than the one I'm using. So give your body the time it needs to adapt to your specific rebounder and to your specific body and capabilities. You don't have to rush this process. Go in gentle about it. One thing I did early in my journey was expecting too much of myself. I was pushing myself to a certain amount of time and that did not make my body happy. Another reason it was so hard for me to build up the length of time and the momentum was, once again, what I just pointed out, it was my equipment. My rebounder that I started with was not supportive enough for my weight. That meant that I had to work out extra hard to do the moves, which was why my calves and my feet were always aching because they were having to pick up the slack that the rebounder didn't. Once I switched rebounders, I had more support. I was able to boost my effort and my time also increased. It was astounding to me, the change. Since then, I have actually changed rebounders multiple times, trying out various models, discovering how different tensions impact my body and give me more of what I need to succeed. So here are some signs to watch for. And I'm going to do these like you would do a signal light coming up to a stop sign. We're going to do green light, yellow light, red light. So green light means go. So keep going if you feel energized, if you feel invigorated. Keep going if your breathing is elevated, but you can still catch your breath and you're comfortable. Keep going if you can maintain good form and have strong balance. Keep going if you're enjoying the movement and you're having fun. Keep going if your body feels responsive and it feels like it's growing stronger, not that it's being beat down. Now, yellow light. So consider slowing down or adjusting your moves if your breathing becomes so heavy and you're struggling to speak. Consider that you might need to start slowing down if you're becoming fatigued to the point of exhaustion. Consider slowing down if your form is getting a bit sloppy and you can't quite do the moves the same way as you could at the start. Consider slowing down, yellow light, if it's working hard, but you're still in control, but you're getting a little bit wobbly. You don't want to risk your balance here. And red light signals when it's time to stop. You're completely out of breath. You feel dizzy or lightheaded. Please slow down, stop immediately. If you're losing your balance frequently, if your legs start to feel like jelly, or on the opposite end, they're becoming so tight and achy, and your calves and your feet are burning and feel like they want to snap. If you're experiencing any pain or discomfort. Now, notice all of the signals have to do with you listening to your body. You've got to listen to your body to know what it needs. So, here are some more good tips for building up your practice. In your very first week, week one, and then into week two, focus on just building up a strong foundation. Get comfortable at the 2-minute mark, 3-minute mark, 4 and 5-minute mark. Whatever it takes. Don't put a time limit on it. I'm just saying, in that range, consider how you're gentle bouncing, consider how you're finding your rhythm. You're getting comfortable being on the rebounder. You're getting used to your space. You're getting used to how you move. Just build a comfortable relationship for you and your rebounder. In your third and fourth week, then you can start to progress. You're seeing how your body's adapting. You're seeing what feels natural to you as you might start adding in time. You're paying attention to new moves that you can do. You're feeling how your energy is shifting for the good versus depleting. And always focus on quality over quantity. Your form matters, how you're holding yourself so you don't hurt yourself. I'd rather see you bounce with great form for 3 minutes than struggle through for 20 with poor technique. Good form is going to protect you and your joints. And also, consistency beats duration every time. Bouncing for 5 minutes every day is infinitely more valuable than just bouncing for 30 minutes once a week. That's because of your lymphatic system. Your balance and your cellular health all benefit from consistent, gentle movements. Special pointer here. Your lymphatic system is benefiting from daily bouncing because it needs to be drained daily. I'm going to talk about that more in another video. So be sure to come back and search the topic lymphatic system or look through the thumbnails to find it because you're going to want to catch that episode. And after you bounce, how do I feel? Do I feel energized or do I feel depleted? Am I pleasantly tired or am I exhausted? That feedback can help you calibrate your next workout. Remember, rebounding is a practice of self-care, not punishment. Your body is incredibly wise and it will tell you what you need if you will only listen. Start with where you're at, be patient with the process, and trust that consistency and kindness to yourself will take you wherever you want to go on the rebounder. The goal isn't to bounce the longest, it's to be consistent and it's to be loving and kind to your body. Happy bouncing, friend, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.